Today I'm going to be talking about the new phone that I got. So I recently picked up the Samsung S22 Ultra. Hey everyone, it's Shelly. Welcome back to my channel. I am super excited to be sharing this video with you today. It's not something that I normally talk about on my channel, but I was very excited to do a tech unboxing video, if you will. If you follow me over on Instagram, you probably know that I was shopping for a new phone. It came in a couple of weeks ago, and over the past couple of weeks since it came in, I have been recording some b-roll. So of course I will include that in my video today, and also comparing it to the phone that I am moving away from. I thought this might be helpful for anyone out there who might be shopping around for a new phone and is considering the S22 Ultra as well. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first, I actually thought I would take a quick trip down memory lane and kind of share with you all what kinds of phones I've had over the last several years. It's actually pretty funny. In a poll that I posted over on my Instagram, most people thought I was gonna end up with an iPhone, and then in second place, it was some kind of Samsung, either the S22 Ultra or the Samsung flip phone. I can't remember what it's called, but I was very much considering that flip phone just because of like nostalgic reasons. But at the same time too, I really did need a high-powered phone because of all of the photos and videos that I take and post for Instagram and here on my channel as well. But yeah, I just thought that was a really fun poll. So as you already know, I just got the S22 Ultra and I have a clear phone case on here too. I got it in the color white. The phone that I just stopped using because I got my new one was the Samsung Note 10 Plus. And I got it in this cool color right here. I can't remember what it's called, but I remember like the color is actually what attracted me to getting this phone. And before that, I did have the Samsung Galaxy S9. It's kind of funny because it's so much smaller than the Note. And before the S9, I had the Samsung S7 Edge, and that was actually kind of my introduction into the Samsung smartphone world, if you will. And one of the reasons that attracted me to that, and as you may notice throughout the three phones that I currently have with me now, I actually sold my S7 Edge to a friend, so I don't have that one anymore. But basically, since I've had the S7 Edge, it kind of introduced me into, and I think that was one of the first phones that had that edge screen, that curved edge right here. It's not like flat like many of the other phones out there, probably like most other phones out there, and that's something that really caught my eye with the S7 Edge. Before that, I have never owned a flagship phone from any brand. I've actually never owned an iPhone before. I can't remember if I already mentioned that in this video. Basically, Chris says I kind of root for like the underdog tech company, and I was just kind of exploring. I've had like LGs, HTCs, all kinds of Motorola's, all kinds of stuff back then. And once the S7 Edge came out, that to me was just really interesting. I did a lot of research and looked at it in the stores, and I do agree that when you have a curved edge screen, when you are watching a lot of videos, because I do watch a lot of YouTube on my phone, I would say that my phone is the primary device that I watch YouTube on versus like a computer or a tablet or anything like that. So back then, even though my phone was a lot smaller than it is today, I was feeling like I was getting a larger like viewing experience because the screen goes farther off the edge. And I did feel like there are some cool features on that phone too, which I'll be honest, I've never actually used. So this phone, so I have Katsu on my screen here. But yeah, this phone is like completely disconnected. This is basically like my super old backup phone in case I ever need it. It's so funny when I found this and I picked this up for this video because it's so small compared to like all the other phones that I have. I can actually like grip it versus like my Note. I can just hold on to the ends of the phone. I can't like wrap my fingers around it like I can the S9. And so I'm actually trading in my Note 10 Plus. So I will be saying goodbye to this right after I finish recording this video. So this is gonna be my backup phone in the future if anything ever happens and I need one. So I was actually really hesitant on getting the Note 10 Plus back a couple of years ago when I first got it. I remember having like friends and coworkers and stuff that did have a Note and they totally loved it, but I always felt like it was way too huge for me. Although I will say, like, one thing that I think is really cool is that it does come with a stylus. There was a point in time where I felt like everyone was super excited and interested in getting a stylus for their phone and then had to carry it around like this extra piece with them. But yeah, I thought that this was really cool, and I mean, it didn't hurt that it was also in this really cool bright blue color along with this cool color as well, which is basically what attracted me and made me really interested in getting the phone. All right, so let's get into why I chose the S22 Ultra over the other phones in the S22 line. And I have some notes here on my phone, which is super appropriate for me to be holding my phone up here and taking a look at it. So yes, I looked at the entire Samsung S22 line. I also looked at the Google Pixel and other options like OnePlus, which I'm not as familiar with. Chris actually has a Google Pixel 6 Pro. And so something that we personally like to do is have two different phones, because then we can tap into the features of his phone and my phone, just depending on the situation. Personally, I do like how his phone takes portrait mode photos, and he's had his phone for a few months now, and so that's how I discovered that I liked his portrait mode, and I was okay with like getting something else because I can always borrow his phone if I want to take certain pictures. At the end of the day, I was torn between the S22 Ultra and the S22 Plus because of the physical size of the phone. The S22 Plus is slightly smaller than the Ultra that I have here. However, after I got the Ultra and I compared it to my old Note 10 Plus, these are actually very, very similar in size. I feel like the S22 Ultra is just like a millimeter or two taller than the Note 10. So at the end of the day, it's like I'm kind of already used to gigantic phones. Other reasons why I chose the S22 Ultra, and really what was like the decision-making factor for me, is the camera functions and the quality of the photos and video. So today I actually took a random selfie picture, super sunny, so I'm like totally squinting. And I guess for the sake of just sharing that photo with you, it's not a good one. I'll pop it up right here on the screen. So that is from the front-facing camera, and I feel like this is the best front-facing camera I've ever seen. I think it's 40 megapixels, but I do have to look up all of the stats again to correctly tell you what they are, and I'll put them up on the screen as well. The main camera that, you know, takes a picture in front of you, that one is like 108 megapixels, and that's just like totally insane to me, but whatever. I mean, I am planning hopefully to travel and everything like that soon, later this year and in the future, so I definitely want a phone that can take excellent photos, because obviously I'm going to want to post those on Instagram. Basically, the only reason why I was considering the S22 Plus is because I was thinking of moving away from such a large phone. I kind of felt like maybe I needed a break from that, but once I saw all of the features of the Ultra, I decided to go this route instead. I did also mention the Edge screen. So the Ultra, the Note, the S9 and the S7 Edge all had that Edge screen. I feel like I could probably do without it, but when I get back on my phone and I pull up a video and I watch it, I just kind of remind myself one of the reasons why I like this screen so much. I also like that the phone is really big. I think that it's an Android thing, but you can do a lot of multitasking. So I can watch a YouTube video while I'm texting or scrolling on Instagram or checking my emails or whatever the case might be. And I feel like on a phone with a smaller screen, that would probably be a little bit more difficult. Obviously, that's not totally necessary or anything. I just like to have YouTube videos and whatever else playing in the background as I'm going about and doing some other stuff. So I would definitely say the screen real estate is beneficial. Some of my first impressions of my new phone. I really like this phone. It actually feels so much like my Note 10 Plus. Everything already feels super familiar. Another thing is the wide angle camera lens is amazing. I really like that look, especially when I will likely be out and about taking other like outfit shots and like scenic shots of wherever I'm going. I am looking forward to that as well. I do also like the color of this phone. I kind of like it better than a glossy white phone like right now. I'm really liking the finish. I also feel like the sound quality on this phone is really good. I have played some music on here from like Spotify and stuff like that, and I feel like it sounds really good. Although, you know, wearing a really good high quality noise canceling pair of headphones probably sounds better, but music does sound really good coming out of this phone as well. I know that I've mentioned that these two phones feel a lot alike, like holding in my hands, the size of it, the, you know, where the camera is located and everything like that. But I will say that they are kind of mirror images of each other. The buttons are on the opposite sides. The Note has the buttons on the left-hand side, and my S22 Ultra has the buttons on the right. It also is a mirror image for where the S Pen is located. The Note has the S Pen on the right-hand side, and the S22 Ultra has the S Pen located on the left-hand side. And that to me is just kind of a change. I am right-handed, so I feel like naturally having it on the right-hand side is a little bit more like habitual to me, I guess, but I can see why they might want to change it up. Something about the S Pen that I really like, not only can you know, write on your screen, and this version, it feels really good and natural. Like I feel like the screen is very responsive when you're just kind of like scribbling around on the screen with the pen, but it also has a little button on the S Pen where if you have your phone on like a tripod or something like that and you want to take a picture, you can actually use this as a like button, like a clicker to prompt your phone to take a picture for you. And that's something that I think is so convenient. I have used it with group photos with friends. You don't have to like reach out, hit the button on your screen really quickly and then try to get into a pose. Someone can just hold the phone out and you can click the pen in order to take the picture, which I think is really great. Speaking about the S Pen, is the S Pen useful? I'll be honest, I don't use my S Pen too much, but I do appreciate that you can use it as a clicker for your camera, like I mentioned. I know that there are some other people out there that use their S Pen to scroll through things rather than using their finger on their screen. And so in that kind of way, it might be helpful to them. But for me personally, I really only use my S Pen for fun. Like if I want to draw something really quickly on my screen. I've also basically taken a screenshot of a map and given a friend directions like where to walk or where to park your car and then walk over to somewhere where we're meeting at. So I feel like those are some really practical and good functions. And I also use the S Pen when I'm on Instagram stories and I want to like circle something or draw an arrow at something. It definitely comes in a lot of use on stories. If I were to talk about some wishes, like things I wished for in my S22 Ultra, what would that be? I wish the S Pen came in a cool color when I have this white phone. The S Pen is a matte black, which I think looks really nice, but I kind of wish I could swap my Note 10 Plus S Pen with the matte black. I have to return the Note 10 Plus, so I don't think I should be doing that. And I do think that this generation of S Pens have been upgraded a little bit as well, so of course I wouldn't want to sacrifice that either, but I will be missing that like electric blue colored S Pen that I wish I could just keep. Another thing that I'll mention about this phone is just so huge. It does fit into my back pocket of my jeans, but my purchasing decisions have been altered. So if you've been following my channel for a while, you do know that I like some nice handbags, and if I can't fit my phone in it, I will not buy the handbag, or if the phone takes up like most of this space within the handbag, that's also a deal breaker for me. So that's kind of what I've been basing my handbag purchases around. Maybe that's why you've been seeing some totes on my channel lately instead of other cute little like crossbody bags and things like that. I will not buy a bag if my phone cannot fit in it, which I think makes a lot of sense. But sometimes I think initially it was slightly annoying to me because that's not how I wanted my purchasing decisions to go. All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate it if you've stayed this far. Please give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Maybe you've been considering picking up this phone as well. Let me know down in the comments what kind of phone you have, because I'm just curious what you're using. And if you want to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing to my channel. I actually asked Chris if we wanted to talk about our phones and how we like them, my S22 Ultra and his Pixel 6 Pro. So we might be doing a video like that in the near future in case you are trying to make up your mind between either of those phones, whether you're coming from, you know, some other phone to one of these, or if you've had a Pixel or a Samsung in the past and you're wondering which way you should go, or if you should upgrade, or if you should wait. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.